I don't know. I didn't ask. I never met her with it. I didn't. I don't know. I didn't ask. I never met her when I went to Michan's house. Yeah, that. You know, I'm the only one that lives with my granny. Shion lives at the family house and at home in Okinomiya. We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated she wasn't sure if she was convinced. Yeah, I'm still calling bullshit. She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it came to these kinds of things. Well, if it's not a lie, please believe me. And as she said, yeah, I believe you, a smile suddenly blossomed on Rena's face. Rena wants to meet her. I'll go and see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? That is... she's getting more tangled in her little web. Telling ya. I could tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. Wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on a family situation. I'm okay with that. She's adorable when she's upset, though. I mean, that is just too damn cute. Sorry, I have to get to work. Later. Rena, Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Unilaterally ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. God, that's sad. But she's so cute. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape. Mi-chan was kinda cute. I wonder why. Rena giggled in amusement. I think she was so damn fucking cute there, though. Please tell me I'm going to Angel Mort, so we can, pay her a visit. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without even taking off my shoes. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed I had guessed. Come on in. It's open. I directed my listless voice at the door. Ooh! Yes, please. Good afternoon, huh? Kei-chan, what are you doing? Yes. Yes. God, she looks really good in her just everyday clothing. Wow. Yeah, I'm still saying that's Mion, though. Though her facial expressions are a little different. Like, just a little different. It seemed my guess was Mion, or rather Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entryway. Is that Shion? Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never even considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right? Of course. Cut that out. Cutting back in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Satoko spilled my pot and you stole my rice. But, Shion. She grew red and began to mope. Oh my good god. Oh my god. Wow. She's so fucking adorable. That's right, she was the younger twin right now. Sorry. What's up? Did you bring something for me to eat? Oh my. It's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here. With a disappointed smile, Shion held out a small bento box she had hidden behind her back. Huh? You really brought something to eat? Thanks. There's still some of the ground beef left over from when my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right at before dinner, but I wondered if you'd want it. Yes. You want to eat it with me? Am I bothering you? No, you can never bother me. Not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Sneaking a look inside the box to say that she just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Oh my god, she is... Oh, she's too nice. Stop it, game. Stop it. Can you just... Can we just not have any murders today in this game? Because it's so nice. Is it really okay? There's nothing like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, alright? Jeez, I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you didn't like it, you don't have to force it yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Aww. Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. Oh my god, no. No. Stop it, no. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mio, and this was undoubtedly one of these moments. I don't mind at all. I want to chow down on it with thanks from the bottom of my heart. It's not something to be so thankful about, that your nose has to run. Shion, who had thought I might not take the bento, looked down happily. There's not much, but do you want to come in? There's not much, but do you want to come in? I can probably make some tea or something. Sorry, maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that before. Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please. Of course. It would only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious. Well then, I'll take my leave. One last thing. Shion grew red again and she looked down once more. During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around too much, so sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing it just to be mean. Hey, it's not like I mind that too much. There are no grudges when it comes to club activities. Oh my god. Why is she this fucking cute and adorable? In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and entertainment. Can you tell that to Mion for me? Yeah, I think my sister will be very happy to hear that. Yes, gaining points with Mion. And if Shion really exists, her too. Well then I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at me at her watch. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box that she left behind. Faint warmth spreading through the palm of my hand. This is true love right now. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle being mixed inside. But really, I don't think she would go so far as putting a needle in there. I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite, and another. There's no funny business. There's no danger at all, but for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion and not Mion, so there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. Too fucking cute. Too fucking cute. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry. Shion. No, Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over to me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange had been mixed in. I was a bit embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. See, Keiichi, what you need to do is return it to the source. Take it back to when she's working. Give it back to her then. You know. The good stuff. Then it shows that you really care about her. I don't go through no middleman. Come on. Food for thought. Thank you very much. Hey, Mion. Here. What is that, Kei-chan? I thrust the bento box she had given me yesterday at her face. It had the food you gave me in it. Thanks. It was great. Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Oh. Hey now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in a bento box. This is that box. Make sure you wash it out. Right. Shion's really considerate, huh? This was so transparent. Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Oh my god. Oh my god. She is so cute. I liked her before, but this whole angle now, oh my god. So fucking cute. Her expression was different than usual, but it looks strangely cute. Hell yeah, it does. She sounds cute. So, what did you think? You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously you'd look the same. No, not that. Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. The food, dumbass. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento. Oh, of course. It was delicious. Really? I never lie about liking food. If I say something's good, then it's obviously good. Objectively good. You can feel free to give me my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright? Okay. Tell Shion, right? I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? Yet her laugh, it came from deep down and sounded really happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely, even enough that just looking at her makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its way into my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As Mion went to pull the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Kei-chan, there's something inside. Oh yeah. It's a couple pictures and my phone number. Huh? Wow. Gosh, she opened it? The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it. I told you. I'm right, though. Panicking, I hid it with my hands. Well, my mother told me to put them in, says thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. It's so pretty. Candy. There's a handful of candies neatly wrapped in paper inside the sparkling clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me that something like this called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was so embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I mean, ugh. I was so embarrassed it felt like a fire might shoot out of my face. Mion laughing the whole thing off like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Yes! More progress is being made. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking, right, Mion? Those are for Shion, right? Right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy. Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end. Aww. Aww. Hee-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen? Did it? Perhaps she's got a fever. The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature. Hey Rika, why are you petting my head? Satoko, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough. Pet pet. Aww. At least Rika knows. She knows what's going on. Let's fucking continue. I might have explained this before, but phys ed at our school is really just an exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but doesn't the Board of Education have some sort of curriculum for this? Something like when you're this old you should have this amount of physical ability. I have no idea what you're saying, Keiichi-san. It's rather difficult to understand. Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class. Huh. Maybe you weakling city folk need something like that. But do you really think us country-raised kids would lag behind in physical ability? We're better athletes than you would think, Keiichi. Come to think of it, they might be. Might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there was a good chance I'd finish dead last if I didn't start off well. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash isn't a club activity. You go. Trainer, you're Usain Bolt in the middle of that. On that note, I watched too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using the time to catch up on my sleep. It's fourth period and I'm completely starved. If I don't sleep now, when will I ever? As I began to sprawl out on top of a pipe, Mion grabbed me by the collar. Ooh. Ooh. Do you really think I'd let you sleep in peace and quiet? With that look on your face, I'd require more courage to try and take a nap than not. Okay, I'm down with this. Good grief. Which means, is it going to start again? Now. Just killing time with idle chit-chat until the bell rings is impossible for us hot-blooded youths, isn't it? Yes, it is. Shall we start club activity? Just as I thought I'd come to this. What's today's game? Now that this is happening, taking a nap is impossible. Not just that, with this sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as mincemeat. I have to get my brain into gear. Freda thinks we should decide what today's penalty game should be before we start. Rena knows what's up. I prepared something special today. She began to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand spinning flourish. But before she could do that... I'm sorry, I have something that I wanted to do. Of all people is Rika announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do occasionally occur. Losing her time, and Mion spun like a top as she tumbled to the ground. Aw. What? Huh? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, that's right. Mi-chan, she has to practice for the Watanagashi. That's right. It's this Sunday. Rika is in the middle of super serious training right now. I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt. I see. Well, there's nothing that can be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everyone together. Today, let's just take it easy. I'm very sorry, but I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck. We'll be cheering you on. When Mion announced that today's club activity was cancelled, Rika and Satoko headed off behind the school building. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everyone was talking about. What was that about? Is Rika training for a competition or something? Rika is a shrine maiden for the Watanagashi. She has to perform a ritual dance. It's practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? First of all, what is this Watanagashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? Last, what do you mean by ritual dance? Huh? Didn't you get the notice at your house, Kei-chan? Wasn't it written there? The Watanagashi festival is this Sunday. Huh? Come to think of it, I have a feeling Mion did say something about it during dinner the other day. The Watanagashi is a festival that happens at the shrine on a Sunday every June. It's very lively. I see, but Watanagashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is it something like the Lantern Festival, where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river? Oh, I figured you might guess right, Kei-chan. The Watanagashi, or Cotton Drifting Festival, is as the name implies, where we set cotton adrift down the river. The cotton you see is from futons or jackets, so it'll be something like a futon memorial. They also pile futons upon the altar. I've heard of people leaving offerings of things like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestors or casualties of war. But an offering of futons is a first for me. What's the history behind that? Mion tilted her head pensively. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats to ward off the cold are fairly important, I guess. Oh, I see. Hell, half these festivals don't mean bullshit anyways. They're just old traditions and all that. It's something like giving thanks to the futons that take care of you during the winter then. Then the Shrine Maiden holds a memorial service for them and set them adrift. That's what the Watanagashi is. Miona and Rena indicated that I had the correct answer with a round of applause. And you see, that Shrine Maiden performing the ritual is Rika. Oh, so Rika is a Shrine Maiden. Now that you mention it, Rika does have a mystical air about her. Right? Rika is in a Shrine Maiden outfit. Hell, so cute. Certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be cute. I finally get what you're saying. Rika's training is for her performance as a Shrine Maiden then would it be... That would be it. The Shrine Maiden has to purify a number of futons as part of the ceremony. It's practice for that. It's a lot of hard work. The Shrine Maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as part of the rite. And it's really heavy for Rika. Well, Rika is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? It's pretty heavy. Enough that Rika has been practicing with the mochi mallet. Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Forget about Rika, that'd be rough even for me. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If she dropped it by accident, it'd be big trouble. It's a once a year kind of deal. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. Really? Then the least I can do is cheer her on. Even something that little would help, right? I was rather curious about how exactly she practiced. Mion laughed as she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Rika will get all cute and won't be able to practice. Huh? I didn't quite understand what Mion was saying. You see, Rika doesn't like showing people how hard she works. Okay? So just leave her be. Even the always cool and aloof Rika has times when she sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always She was always so well put together, she didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling. All I can do is pray for her success, huh? Do your best. Rika Furude, I'm cheering for you. Well then. I climbed up onto the pipe and plopped down on my side. Time to catch some rest. Hooray, hooray, Rika-chan! In order to transmit more of my psychic waves of encouragement, I'll be entering a meditative state now. So you're just going to sleep after all? The lackadaisical monotone noontime ended up giving way to mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much for lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition. Oh, I might have gorged myself a bit too much. I'll have to endure afternoon classes. Keiichi-kun, you had an amazing appetite today. Basically, you always eat like a pig, but today was on a whole different level. Yesterday I skipped lunch, right? That hunger just soaked right in. This time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds. I get you. But really, Kei-chan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite. Heck, even down to the last grain of rice. With food, you show appreciation for the person who made it by eating it, you know? If you leave any behind, it's rude to the person who put in all that effort. Hearing that, Mion's eyes momentarily widened in surprise, followed by a cool laugh. Kei-chan, really? At first glance, you seem unruly and irresponsible, but you're actually pretty conscientious. Well-disciplined or something like that. Yeah, Rena thinks so too. Keiichi-kun is a lot kinder than he looks. How much of an asshole do I look like? Both of them were probably trying to compliment me, but I had a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all. That's not true. I just wanted to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and your personality. And I'm saying that it's not a compliment. Hey, Sonozaki-san, Mayabara-kun, you're in the middle of class. How far did you get, Sonozaki-san? Bring your notes up here. Startled, Mion vocalized a rather easy-to-understand utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation, she had stopped working completely. Doing alright. You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grade, so you have to shape up. That Mion, it looks like she's getting lectured. Poor bastard. Appearances can be deceiving, in other words. Actually, appearances might be the opposite of reality. You say some interesting things. Responding to Rena's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze to where Satoko was happily studying together with Rika. Are you saying that brat Satoko is actually really meek? If I went by what Rena literally said, then that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Satoko being meek and gentle like a girl in some fairy tale. Satoko-chan's been rude lately, but just a while ago she was pretty different. She acted really spoiled in all ways. Yep. Keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? That Satoko acting so cute. For Satoko to play coy, I think that would be some part of some calculated plot. Even if she was to hide behind someone, I wouldn't think it was because she was attached to them. But since it came up, I tried to imagine a gentle and oh, good God. Kokitish Satoko. Gentle and kind Satoko. That's better. Nope. Error. 404 could not find. Hey Satoko. What is it, Oni-sama? Satoko smiled cutely and walked towards me. Stop it. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Satoko took, for some reason I took 3 steps away. Oni-sama, why are you running away? Sorry, Satoko. For you to approach me with an affectionate smile on your face, I just have to think it's some sort of trap. That's so mean. Oni-sama, you meanie. Sorry, I didn't intend to be so mean. The weeping Satoko came closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears. Yet when Mion cries, you're not upset about it. Click. Clank. Huh? A bear trap? What the fuck? My leg was being clamped down on by jagged metal teeth. Oh god. Ha ha ha, you fell for it. Now for the next part. Satoko raised her right arm triumphantly, and traps began to trigger one after another. Suddenly the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away. What the fuck? And there I saw a giant metal ball covered in spikes hurtling towards me. On top of that, in the direction the ball would knock me, was a giant guillotine. I'm not really sure, but Keiji-kun, you're not thinking of anything completely ludicrous right now, are you? Nope. Not really. Completely normal. Not at all. That's a lie. Yes, it is. You've got the kind of look on your face that says, I'm gonna be crushed by a giant metal spiked metal ball. What kind of face is that? How could my expression convey what I was thinking like that? Sorry, imagining a meek and gentle Satoko is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in a better shape. Next I looked over at Rika, who was working diligently on some kanji drills. In contrast to Satoko, her default state was meek and gentle. If Rika came at me saying "One-sama," I'd hug her. Oh, she's so fucking cute. Tightly. I could get used to that. No, stop it. Keiichi-kun, you're drooling. Oh, sorry. And how about Rika-chan? Are you saying that her appearance is deceiving as well? Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika really all sweet? Despite her appearance, she really was quite sly. Sweetly, how do you put it? Evading things deftly? I get the feeling that Rika-chan isn't only just sweet. Her appearance is definitely deceiving. God damn it. One day I'll be able to tell. I couldn't exactly put I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but Rena managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes, like she was saying, you shouldn't say something like that. When Rika grows up, I'm sure she'll become an incredibly devilish beauty with men wrapped all around her little finger. Don't you think that would be cool? God damn it. Don't you think that would be cool? Rena said that lightheartedly, but I, as a man, couldn't laugh at that. No, please no. Don't do this to me. The scary part about that was that it felt like it could be true. Noticing my gaze, Rika turned towards me and let loose an angelic smile. Both Rena and I, feeling as if it was directed towards us personally, had our hearts skip a beat. Oh, so cute, so cute, so cute! Rena, your nose is bleeding. Appearances can be deceiving, huh? That means Mion's really adorable and fucking cute. Though that's what she looks like, so. Well then, what about our dear leader, Mion? I stared at her, as she tried to weasel her way out of her scolding by the teacher. By Rena's theory, that unrefined, calculating, convincing Mion also had a side to her that belied appearances. And what you're saying is that Mion, despite her appearance, is actually a good person. Of course she is. Hee-chan is a good person. Oh well, that is true. What I'm trying to say is... Yep, I know what you're trying to say, Keiichi-kun. Catching on that I was struggling to express my feelings as words, Rena smiled even more brightly. As Kei would put it, that he believes, hey, she's actually really fucking cute. You know what? Hee-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy. That's right. Mion was more than aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Rena said. When Mion livened up the mood, it wasn't as though she felt like a guy or a girl specifically, but a friend of the same gender. If she were a guy, you'd probably be like two peas in a pod. Although that's the same way it is right now. But you see, even that Mi-chan is actually really feminine. Rena, how much did Mion pay you exactly? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? Rena began to pout. Now probably wasn't that the right time to joke around. Hee-chan is the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everyone. But she's really a very cute girl. Hell yeah, she is. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun. Rena's gaze focused off into the distance beyond where Mion was. The Mion that I met at Angel Mort was unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from the unfamiliar job. It was a far cry from the brash and confident Mion. Even though she had to hurry to work, she went through all the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did so not as Mion, but as Shion. What exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly? Keiichi-kun probably couldn't even begin to imagine. As if to say it was our little secret, Rena held her finger up to her lips as she giggled. Mion, finally freed from the teacher's preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment. Too fucking adorable. This old man, you see, thinks that grade school is enough for everyone you need to study for in life. Everything you need in life. Saying that, she plopped down into her seat violently. Mion was actually really feminine. Right. Wonder if I can meet Shion again. I wanted to talk to her again. Clink clink. The principal waved around the bell that served as the school chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list everyone's homework assignments. Fuck you. Nope. Whoa. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of homework today. Gotta buckle down. Well then. That means even Rena. Oh, what do you mean? Appearances can be deceiving. Would that apply to you too? Huh? Keiichi-kun, how do you see me? How? The Rena Ryu that I knew sometimes took things too far, but was generally a kind and gentle ideal girl. If she's not, fuck her. She's not ideal. Mion is ideal. Shion as well. If she's even real. either way, Mion is still perfect. Really, really? And that makes me happy, I guess. If she was the opposite of what she's seen, that would make her, Tafara, really the opposite. Just try to saying it. I wouldn't, good God, I wouldn't be mad. That's what I felt she meant. Rena is, even if you were the opposite, you'd still be Rena, right? This question shouldn't have been so nerve-wracking to answer. That's because she's fucking crazy. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me. But even saying that look took a strange amount of effort. That's not fair, Keiichi-kun. It bothers me when you say it that way. Oh. Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Rena's face began to burn red with embarrassment. Rena. Kei-chan, let's go home. Mion walked over and started getting ready to go home. Whenever school is over, she really does get noticeably more energetic. It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging around my pockets on a whim, I noticed something that should have been there was missing. Money, house keys, pencil. What's the matter, Kei-chan? The key to my house I always carry around is gone. Man, where did I lose it? It's fine today since my parents are home, but still, this is bad. That sure is troublesome. Did you forget it somewhere? Or did you drop it? Which one was it? Did I take it with me this morning in the first place? Huh? Kei-chan, did that key have something that would make it stand out? Have something. Yeah, it's on a keychain. It was a blue fur seal, something I made for summer homework for a long time ago. Huh? Does it have its eyes shut, like it's taking a nap? Oh, how did he know? Because she fucking has it. Yeah, that's it. Mion looked away and began to whistle. See? You went for dinner at Angel Mort a couple days ago, right? That night the staff found a key. And there was a fur seal keychain attached to it. And she said that she suddenly grew flustered and added that Shion told her about it. Oh my god, that's so fucking cute. Stop it. Huh? So I dropped it then? But aren't you glad they found it? I'm sure they're looking after it for you. That's right. Why don't you go? Shion looks the same as me, so you'll know her by sight. This was a rather unexpected development. Once again, I had no choice but to go and meet with Shion. Yes, why are you complaining? But I also had to thank her for the bentos from yesterday. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of Mion might be interesting. Half-jokingly, I began to think about things like this. Right. Angel Mort was it. I'll head over to Shion's restaurant and get my key back. While I'm at it, having a nice spot of tea might not be a bad idea. You sound like an English gentleman. That totally doesn't suit you, Kei-chan. Is this the restaurant? The one that Mi-chan's little sister is working at? Yeah, why don't we go together, Rena? Sorry to disappoint you, but I have plans with my dad today. Some other time. Rena seemed pretty disappointed about having to miss such a great opportunity. You said they're twins, but do they really look that much alike? And enough to mistake which is which? Yeah, they're totally the same. At least on the outside. Unlike Mion, she's well-mannered and really cute, though. In response to my teasing, Mion pouted and began to argue with me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After all, they weren't just identical, they were the same person. Oh yeah, they are. After going home, I had changed my clothes and dug my bike out of the garage. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Shion again gave me a mysterious feeling. Shion, a name for a different kind of Mion. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing she had fooled everyone like that. I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? I would be. Oh yes. Please. I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, like I was headed towards a new friend's house for the first time. What Rena said about Mion actually being really feminine sprang to mind once again. The guilt from spying on another side of Mion, the self-consciousness from being the only one that knew about that side, these feelings mixed together. That was Shion for you, Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out and admitting she was Mion, it was fine just to call her Shion, right? Mion might be trying to have some fun by acting like a different persona. As I reached the top of the steep hill, the horizon expanded before me. I was almost at the station. The last time I wasn't embarrassed since I was here with Dad, but this time I was alone. I was strangely self-conscious about that. Meet Shion, get my key back. That was all this text was supposed to be. Have a great time with Shion. Written, appended, fixed, right there. If I dawdled around like this, maybe Shion would find me before she headed to work. Hey, what are you doing here, Keiichi Maebara? You're just here to get your key back, you know? It's not like you're some love-struck schoolboy here to hand over a love letter. You should be. The thoughts inside my head were slowly turning into a jumbled mess. I came to the realization that I was downright giddy. That's why just for a bit, just a tiny bit, I got a little carried away and did something really stupid. I kicked over a parked motorcycle that was blocking the sidewalk. Blocking the sidewalk. It was in the way, sure, but there was absolutely no need for me to kick it. I definitely think I got too carried away. Good God. Crash. As the three bikes toppled over after another like dominoes, the loud noise that caused snapped me back to my senses. Oh, shit. The hell you think you're doing? The owners of the three bikes were right over there. They looked exactly what you'd call thugs up to no good. They lifted their heads up in an imposing manner and yelled angrily in a way I had never heard before. The three of them beelined towards me, the worn-down heels on their thin-soled shoes slapping noisily against the pavement. I could only stare listlessly, as if I were watching some far-off event that didn't concern me at all. By the time I realized it, I had been grabbed by the collar and lifted onto my tiptoes. You're a dumbass. Done playing dumb? You get him knocked over, you son of a bitch. What the fuck? Didn't you? What the? Knock him over, didn't you? Huh? The three thugs were completely ignoring the rules of grammar, but the way they spoke was enough to make me tremble. Just like that, my composure drained away, my legs buckled, and my throat grew dry enough to crack. I'm sorry, I accident my ass. You kicked it over, didn't you, dumbass? I was completely at fault, so there was nothing I could say in my defense. As a result, I pulled even higher. The hell, man? The paint's all scuffed. You brat. Who put you up to this, eh? Oh my goodness. This is your goddamn fault. God, that... fuck the English. Three of them continued to yell at me. I had no idea what each of them were saying. Getting further enraged that I was only listening while dumbstruck, they grabbed an empty plastic crate from a nearby store and began to smash it repeatedly against a telephone pole. Cracks formed in the crate, plastic shards flying out everywhere. They then slammed it full force into the shuttered storefront. Smash. The shutter let out a frightening loud noise. Still not satisfied, they flipped over a case of empty cans, scattering its contents all over the floor. This was not normal. It was something you saw often on television or in manga, but I never thought seeing it in person would be this terrifying. I became painfully aware that the safety of civilized society was only held up by such a frivol concept as morals. My knees clattered together noisily. Static began to pepper my vision. This is what you would call absolute terror. No, that's Monokuma. There was nothing I could do to stop this frightening spectacle of violence. I could only pray for help. The fear I felt was just too much. Would someone help me? My gaze floundered about the surrounding area. I was surrounded by these three hoodlums. No way would there be a passerby brave enough to intervene. You're fucked, boy. Made this what you would call reaping what you sow. If I were a passerby, there would be no doubt that I'd ignore what was going on. So this was somewhat of a cosmic retribution. Fucking say something. I'll fucking stab you. Angrily yelling loud enough to rattle my eardrums, spewed froth right in front of my face. My waning consciousness was forcefully dragged back to the forefront. The thug had cocked back his free hand and twisted his body enough when suddenly a metallic taste filtered through the back of my throat. Chill ran down my spine like a jolt of electricity. Seeing what was going to happen next, I squeezed my eyes shut as tightly as possible and gripped my teeth. Save me, Batman. You're making quite the racket, you stupid pieces of trash. Get out of my sight. That voice was a short distance away. It is Batman. Save me. Save me, Batman. Still holding me by the collar, the three thugs spun around to look behind them. Oh, never mind. I'll have Mion save me. Ooh, she looks pretty pissed, and I'm happy about that. To fuck, you say? Standing there was Mio. She stood there displaying an imposing stature that I had never seen before. She didn't have the same look on her face as she did when we were playing around during club. Those were the eyes that would instill fear in anyone who looked upon them, the eyes of a raptor. They were the epitome of terror. At the same time, they were the most reassuring things in the world. Thank God, you saved me. You saved me. I'll only say this one more time. Let go of Kei-chan and get lost. Mion, without an ounce of fear, laid down her ultimatum. Of course, there's no way these three wouldn't go absolutely berserk. The situation instantly turned explosively dangerous. You frickin' bitch. I'll fucking bash your head in. Now it's starting to get a fucking British accent. Stop it, Mion. These guys are like rabid dogs. No amount of bluffing will work. Mion, it's dangerous. So run. I knew what I was saying was pathetic, but I couldn't let Mion get involved in this. No matter how you look at it, Mion was only bluffing. But did Mion even know the meaning of the word bluff? However, the reason behind everything soon became apparent. They were slowly increasing in number, little by little. What? First it was only businessmen on their way home, stopping to take a look. Then it was housewives in the middle of shopping, taking a gander. Next, what it seemed like the owner of some store showed up. It was pretty clear he wasn't just looking. Around Mion, there was probably about 7 people gathered. It felt different than people coming out to support a friend. If you had to say why, it was because the group that gathered was diverse in age and gender. The 3 thugs seemed to slowly realize that there was something strange about the situation. Who the hell are these guys? Behind them at some point, 4 more people of differing clothes and age had gathered. The girl who looked to be in middle school. A man wearing a bakery apron. An old lady in a house-cleaning schmuck. More and more people of various ages. Their gazes, incomparable to Mion's, were of hostility, of intimidation. Before I realized it, over 10 people had formed a ring around us. Oh my god. Thank you for Mion bringing a bunch of people in for the fight? The fuck is this? That moment, 5 elementary schoolers ran in and joined the circle. There are some familiar faces. 15 people? Some of our classmates. Then these people were residents of Hinamizawa? 1 more people from Hinamizawa gathered around. In obvious contrast, the residents of Okinomiya were passing by as quickly as possible. The fuck are you guys? Go the fuck away. The group surrounding us had suddenly swelled to around 20 people. Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Completely encircled, the faces of the thugs began to show the first signs of panic. Nobody spoke a word, Mion included. That made everything completely unnatural, and depending on which side you were on, completely terrifying. Only the thugs' voices echoed out like they were screaming. Somebody took a step forward, closing the gap between them. As they did, everyone else took a step forward, shrinking the circle. Oh my god, that was... I would piss myself. The hoodlums went pale as they were pushed together back to back, while still yelling angrily. They were trying to string together vulgarities, but for some reason it sounded like they were crying out for help. Alright. What's going on here? What's going on? It was sudden. A solidly built officer cut his way through the crowd. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived. Some passerby had undoubtedly called for them. Several burly officers appeared from inside the second vehicle. Oh, officer, good timing. There you go, the extortionists caught red-handed. Please arrest them. The fuck? This brat's the one that's wrong here. Leon, returning to her usual self, was nonchalantly pointing out the hoodlums to the police. Of course, the thugs were furious. But now that it had come to this, there was nothing they could do. It was their loss. Okay. Come over here for a sec. Come on already. The officers handcuffed the thugs and dragged them up towards the patrol cars. The fuck, let me go! We're the victims here, are you listening, damn it? No matter how much of a ruckus they caused, the officers paid no heed. In the blink of an eye, they were crammed inside the 2 vehicles. They could still be heard yelling while inside the police cars, but what they were saying was no longer intelligible. Hey, it's Oishi. Are you alright? Are you injured? He was probably a detective. The man leading the police peered at my face. No, not really. Well, that's a bit of silver lining then. Well then, have a good year. The portly man, after taking a quick look around, addressed the crowd. Thank you, citizens, for your timely report. Thanks to your efforts, we are able to keep the peace today. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you for your hard work, Detective Oishi. As a citizen, I thank you for your daily efforts. It's an honor for a detective from the 1st Division to come out all this way. The way she talked didn't have any pleasant tone. It was a coincidence. I happened to hear the call over the radio on my way back from the prefectural office. I just made a little detour. Please keep up the good work. I pray for success in your future endeavors, and I hope you don't get killed. Just kidding. Die. Aw, shucks. It's a good thing there were no injuries, though. Oishi-san, we're done here. Let's go. Well then, have a good year. I'm sorry, could you make way? The detective named Oishi, after jovially making pleasantries, lumbered over to the waiting police car. He quickly set off, disappearing down the city street. It was over so quickly. So quickly I was dumbstruck. I didn't even get to ask the officer what was going on. It was like they came in here quickly to disperse the mob before any trouble could start. After making sure the police cars had left, Mion snapped her fingers sharply. Alright, that's a wrap. And don't come back. That was the signal. The tension melted away in an instant as everyone began smiling. A middle-aged man helped me up. Are you okay, young Maebara? Next time pick your fights a little better. It's not like I wanted to fight. Are you hurt anywhere? If you hit your head, it would be a good idea to get an x-ray taken. An older lady I didn't know the name of was concerned about my injury. You were lucky this happened right in front of the station when it was busy. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to gather so many people. Next time, be more careful. City kids these days are pretty unruly. Grumble, grumble. I was even warned by the old lady in the schmuck. As Shion finished applauding the dispersing group for their efforts, she strode over to me. Well, you're pretty good, Kei-chan. But I also think you should be more careful about who you pick a fight with. Thanks, Mion. You saved my bacon out there. Like I said, I'm Shion. She made a troubled expression as she turned her gaze downward, blushing in embarrassment. Aww. Too cute. I heard from my sister. That first sealed keychain was yours, Kei-chan. Oh yeah, that's right. I was just headed to the restaurant. We can go together. And you ended up feeling so excited that you got mixed up in something weird. Now it's my turn for my face to go red. I didn't want to admit that she was spot on. Oh my god, stop it. Stop it, game. You're making her too damn cute. And you're gonna kill her off, aren't you? Well, I was just unlucky. You really saved me, Shion. You don't have to thank me. So if you see someone else getting bullied, help them out, okay? We value that kind of thing very highly here. I was well versed in that sense of camaraderie. But when the way I was rescued just now, something seemed a little off about that. While I was helped out, it was honestly to an almost disturbing degree. It was kind of creepy. You're coming to into the restaurant, right? You must be tired, so why don't you relax for a bit? My treat. Seems like she caught the glimmer of suspicion in my eyes. Without waiting for an answer, Shion began walking. Yes. Too nice. Great times. Amazing. After cooling off a bit inside the restaurant, little by realized I was still on edge. There were spots here and there on my body that hurt, probably because I had been so stiff while nervous. With nervousness, Shion, who had changed into her uniform, brought over 2 glasses of iced tea coffee. Oh my god. Game, you like me too much. Here you go, iced coffee on the house. Just bring this coupon with you to the register and it'll be no charge. Good god, she's... Yeah, this is only more reason why I like Mion so much. Fucking amazing.